You're not going to leave, are you? I mean, you can't leave. You can't leave me. What am I going to do if you're not here? I would be empty without you here. You can't leave. I'll hurt myself. I'll do it. I'll totally do it. I will. I don't want to say it, but I'll do it. If you leave me, I'm nothing without you. I need you here.
What are you rebelling against?
What do you got?
We're trying to change something.
Skateboarding is a way of learning how to redefine the world around you.
The owners of this country don't care about the poor and your
Now, baby, push me. Push me again now.
Screaming at a wall.
You're still here. There was a second where I thought you left and you were going to leave forever, and all this stuff started happening on the inside. I thought I was going to die. I was like about to hyperventilate. It was pretty intense here at Screaming at a Wall. What's up, you miscreants, you misfits, and you outcasts of society? You are individuals, and I really appreciate that about you. You're constantly wanting to learn and seek out different experiences to expand your own knowledge, and I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us again. Just want to let you know that I will be back with interviews shortly. I am getting all those interviews lined up, and I will be coming at you with new interviews shortly. Until then, today I'm going to be delving into a topic known as trauma bonding. What is trauma bonding? Well, they're emotional ties that form in an abusive relationship. Think of it as a roller coaster of emotion, or driving a car with someone drunk and you want to get out of the car, but you can't. It's where the victim becomes entangled with their abuser in a cycle of abuse and affection, or when individual traumas are triggered by the person in your relationship, and it causes you to relive the present as if it's the past. What do I mean exactly? I'm about to divulge a personal relationship that was the first time that I really experienced what trauma bonding was. I was in a relationship with someone that had been abandoned when they were young. Their mother would leave them in strangers' houses. And so that person formed this defense mechanism to allow people to really come in. And they did this reverse abandonment. And I was on the tail end of this, where I was in a relationship, kind of, but not really, with this person for about a year and a half. And on my side, the way that I grew up with a bipolar mother. And so she would frequent the mental hospital. Her personality would change. It always put me on guard to always be hyper vigilant and always aware of the moments that she would get sick again, where I knew she was going to end up going to the hospital because her face moved a certain way and she started talking a certain way. And this made me hyper vigilant. And this relationship that I was in that caused all this trauma for me for the first time, all of these were signals, indicators of that trauma, but I had no idea what I was going through. In fact, I learned through therapy that there was an adult part of myself that was trying to fix what had transpired when I was younger. I was trying to fix what I went through when I was younger with this person that I was with now. I had no idea. And this went on for about a year and a half, where it's all these red flags, all these I went through emotional turmoil. I went through what I went through when I was younger, but I had no idea of the connection. And it wasn't until I went to therapy that I understood I was trying to fix this situation as if I was reliving it from the past. And so the adult part of me was trying to logically approach this relationship with this person, not realizing that I should have just gotten out of it right away. This type of behavior is indicative for, I think, a lot of people that grew up in dysfunction, and of course, a lot of people that end up in prison. Furthermore, the concept of trauma bonding was explored by psychologists Donald Dutton and Susan Painter, I believe around the 70s. They identified two factors in the formation of trauma bonds. One, power imbalance, and intermittent reinforcement. Let's break it down. Picture a scenario where one person holds all the power while the other person feels powerless. This inequality lays the groundwork for trauma bonding. The victim begins to internalize the abuser's perception of themselves, leading to a cycle of dependency and abuse. Next up is intermittent reinforcement. Imagine being in a relationship where moments of cruelty are interdispersed with acts of kindness. This unpredictability reinforces the emotional bond between the victim and the abuser, making it incredibly hard to break free. Trauma bonding isn't limited to romantic relationships either. It can happen in any dynamic where abuse occurs, whether it's between friends, family members, or even with cults or hostage situations, and in many situations of people in the justice system. The whole basis of the relationship between a correctional officer and an inmate is a power dynamic, which is dependent on the mood of the one that holds the power, in that case, the correctional officer. As the trauma bond strengthens, victims often lose their sense of agency and self-worth. Their self-image becomes a reflection of the abuser's perception of them, trapping them in a cycle of conflicting emotions. But the effects of trauma bonding extend far beyond the relationship itself. Victims may find themselves unable to leave the abusive situation, perpetuating a cycle of abuse that can span generations. I've seen this so many times. I've seen it in my family. So why do they stay within an abusive relationship? Well, the perceived consequences of leaving often seem worse than staying. The intermittent reinforcement of affection amidst the abuse becomes a focal point for the victim's emotional dependence. They may even construct their sense of identity around receiving the abuser's affection, making it incredibly hard to break free. But there is hope. Strong social support can provide a buffer in traumatic situations, helping a victim reclaim their sense of self and break free from the cycle of abuse. Now let's talk about attachment. From the moment we're born, we seek attachment. We seek attachment with our caregivers. Even in situations of danger, humans tend to turn to their abusers for increased attachment. This survival instinct may aid in the short run, but in the long term, it can lead to trauma bonding. Trauma bonding isn't just psychological. It can have profound neuropsychological effects as well. The body of a trauma bond victim is in a perpetual fight or flight state, leading to increased levels of cortisol and chronic stress that can impact immunity, organ health, and more. And let's not forget about the mental health implications. Victims of trauma bonding often develop a negative self-image and low self-esteem. This psychological abuse can even be more damaging than physical abuse, leading to dissociative symptoms, anxiety, and even depression in life, which is something that I have gone through on several occasions. And parent-child relationship trauma bonding can have lasting effects on mental health right here. A negative self-image formed in childhood can manifest itself as depression systems later in life, perpetuating the cycle of abuse across generations. Now, let's relate this to a real-life example. Consider a mother struggling with bipolar disorder, experience manic highs and depressive lows. In moments of mania, she may shower her child with affection and love, creating a powerful bond. But when depression sets in, she may become distant or even neglectful, leaving the child feeling confused and abandoned. In this dynamic, the child's constantly seeking affection of their mother, even when it's intermittently withheld. This pattern of attachment can lay the groundwork for trauma bonding, as a child internalizes the perception of themselves as unworthy of consistent love and care. As the trauma bond strengthens, the child may find themselves trapped in a cycle of conflicting emotions. Having a bipolar parent can have significant implications for a child's future relationships. Here are some of the ways it impacted me. I definitely had attachment issues. Children of bipolar parents may experience inconsistent caregiving due to the parents' mood swings. This is also related to alcoholic parents. This can lead to attachment issues where they struggle to form secure bonds within others in their adult relationships. Fear of abandonment. Children may develop a fear of abandonment stemming from experiences of neglect during the parents' depressive episodes. This fear can manifest in their adult relationships, causing them to cling to their partners or fear rejection. Difficulty trusting. Growing up with a parent whose mood swings are unpredictable can make it challenging for children to trust others. They may struggle to believe that others will be reliable or are consistent in their behavior, leading to difficulties in forming trusting relationships. Emotional instability. Witnessing a parent's manic or depressive episodes can leave a lasting impact on a child's emotional stability. They may struggle with regulating their own emotions and expressing them appropriately in their relationship. Role reversal. In some cases, children may take on a caregiving role for their bipolar parent, especially during depressive episodes. This can lead to a reversal of traditional parent-child roles and impact their ability to establish healthy boundaries in their adult relationships. Communication. There could be communication challenges. Communication patterns within the family of a bipolar parent may be inconsistent or strained. Children may struggle to communicate their own needs and emotions effectively in their future relationship, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. Overall, growing up with a bipolar parent can shape a child's interpersonal dynamic and affect their ability to form healthy, stable relationships in adulthood. However, with awareness, support, and potentially therapy, which I highly suggest, individuals can work through these challenges and cultivate fulfilling relationships. I am a byproduct of this. So what can we do to break from trauma bonding? It starts with recognizing the signs, the red flags, the feelings of emotions, of negativity, and reaching out for help after that. Whether it's through therapy, support groups, or trusted friends, there's hope for healing and breaking free of the cycle of abuse. Remember, you're not alone, and you deserve to live a life free from abuse, no matter how that looks. Together, we can break the cycle of trauma bonding and build a brighter future for ourselves and the next generation to come. I hope that you found some insight in this episode. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that you think could benefit from it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you if you're watching this video on YouTube or if you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify. We appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you got anything of value from this video, please share it. And we will see you on the next episode of Screaming at a Wall. Stay free. Peace. Wait, don't go. Please don't go. No. You're not gonna go yet, are you? It's not even funny, actually. It sucks going through that. Let me tell you.
Why are you rebelling again?
What do you got?
We were trying to change something.
Skateboarding is a way of learning how to redefine the world around you.
The owners of this country don't care about the poor and young.
Now, baby, push me. Push me again now. Screaming at a wall.